Okay, don't know if you could see that. That was the image of a ram about to smash into the backside of a farmer who had his back turned to him. So that will give you a taste of what we might be encountering today. I hope not. We're going to move the ram Stewie into the holding pen so that Brian can go in there with his ride on. Now, when dealing with a ram, it should be remembered that they can be dangerous. This boy knows me pretty well. No, Bilbo, we've got to keep this guy out. This is an old fella. He's lost his teeth, have worn down. He's really in thin condition. No, Bilbo, come on, how'd you go? I gave him a bit of bread yesterday and some lettuce. He's an old boy, called him Bilbo, because he appeared from nowhere like a wanderer. Actually, he was over that road over there. There was a flock of sheep that belonged to a guy called Crafty. Crafty lived up on that ridge there, but he had property along here. So Bilbo's family, or his flock, were long ago sent off to market, I'd say. He's been here about 8 years. He's a big merino. The last time we did this thing with getting Stewie in, I didn't do these gates properly, or Stewie figured out how to open them, because Brian came out and found Stewie beating up old Bilbo over there. We had to get the vet out. He'd injured Bilbo's leg, or his foot. Like, there's a section of the hoof that attaches to the upright of the leg, and it had hyperextended. Every time we put weight on his front foot, it bent downwards. I'm not explaining it very well, but that's what Bilbo had. That's what the ram Stewie had done to Bilbo. So we put a splint on it, and then I went to South Africa, and Brian had to handle them on his own. He got them shorn on his own, and yeah. So Bilbo, and when the vet was here, she checked Bilbo's teeth. He had no teeth. They've all been worn down to stumps. So I don't know. With these sheep, you get to a stage where it's best to have them shot. I've got a guy that comes around, Pete, the rabbit man, and he'll bring his pistol. Oh, sorry, his 22 rifle. Because otherwise they starve to death. Had this thing called Joni's disease, where healthy sheep just eat but they lose weight. Here you can see some of the remnants of the wool from shearing. Alright, so I've sort of got the pattern worked out with Stewie, how to get him in. But yeah, this Joni's disease, they bloody waste away. The sheep eat, but they don't put on the weight. And eventually they're so weak that they fall down, they can't get up. So try and get to them just before that stage. We've tried force feeding them. We've taken them to the vet. The vets don't know what it would cost. Well, first of all, you've got to get the disease certified in them, which means sending off stool samples. That's quite expensive, and then if they verify that the sheep has Johne's disease, there's no treatment for it, and the only thing you can do is kill all your sheep and leave the paddocks for 3 years to kill all the worms in the soil. That's where it's come from, apparently. Oh, come on, in you come. Come on, mate. Maybe we'll get him in this side, eh? All right. Don't like bringing him in this side, but it seems to be the way he wants to go. He can see the food. And one thing when you're dealing with a ram, do not get between him and the food. I learnt that the hard way with the old boy Rambo. I was trying to move his food into the shade for him, and holding the food in front of him to get him to follow me, when he just said, "Stuff you, I'm going for it," and he rammed into me. You know, he could have broken my leg. I would have needed a pin. But come on, mate. This guy's into me too, so I've got to be careful. Come on, mate, come on. Get your food. Come on, there you go. No, I've got nothing for you. Come and get your food, come on. Come and get your food. There you go. Okay. Come and get your food, I've got nothing. There you are. Okay. As you can see, that was fairly successful. Brian can come in here and mow along here. Beautiful and green in winter, these paddocks. You can see that willow tree. Our property stretches along just beyond that willow tree. There's another darker patch to its right. That's the fence line, and then the fence goes all the way along there. We've only got 10 sheep now. We had about 30 at one stage. Well, Brian doesn't want to get any more, and I'm partly kind of on board with that, because yeah, they're a lot of trouble. You know, we get fly strike. But I love them. And we've learned a hell of a lot. That's a bit of feed for Stewie. Keep him occupied. It's very dry though. There's no green in that. When he's banging, you can hear him. He's incredibly powerful, this guy. Here you go, mate. There you are. Okay. Yes? You want to give are you giving Stewie some grain? I've given him some grain, yes. What about the others? I haven't. Give them, they can have their grain now if you want to give it to them. Okay. Alright, we'll give the others some too. This is the grain. Sheep and cattle supplement. Stewie's head banging. Because there's only a few of them out there now, shouldn't be too hard. I've got to get through to them without him. Okay, so the way we do that, we come in through here. This is all built by the Ray who built this place and lived here. When I arrived, I met Ray a couple of times. He came round. Oh no. Oh, this is difficult because you can see what's going on here. This is going to be hard. Okay, see that? Very, very clever. The guy that did this. I'm going to reverse the process of keeping him in. Right. He'll start banging that. I think that's how he got out last time. Just by banging that gate, the latch came off. Come on, guys. Oh. Yeah. Come on. Why do you keep them separately, you might ask? Because we don't want lambs. Although, it seemed... Come on. Come on, mate. Come on. Although it seemed that Stewie wasn't that interested in the ladies when he met them. Stewie seemed more interested in me. Now I do give Bilbo grain separately because otherwise he doesn't get a fair go, but at the same time unfortunately Bilbo is kind of on his way out. So some of them, like that one there that's walking away now with the green tag, she's an original mother. She's had, I think, 3 or 4 batches of lambs. Here she comes again now. She pushed that other one away. So she's old for a sheep. She's about, she'd have to be 8 or 9. That's old for a sheep. So I think we had 4 of them. Well, only about a year ago we lost the first mother. She had like an abscess formed on her belly, which was cancerous, and it was horrible. I came out and found her. She was always sitting down. We noticed it when the shearer was here. We should have had the shot then. But I noticed that summer she was always sitting down. When I approached her and she got up, I saw what the flies were doing to this abscess on her belly. So we got her shot. That's kind of what happens. As the old Greek guy Louis lives up the road said to me one time. It was Louis and Maria that we learnt about keeping farm animals and other people, but Louis I used to pop in and see all the time. Louis said if you've got live animals, you've got dead animals. Because yeah, all sorts of things are going to go wrong with them. We can actually go round without seeing Stewie. Okay, he's got something that he does with his foot. I don't think you could see that, but he puts his foot up almost like it's got an itch on it. I've looked, I can't see any thorns in it, or You know, anything like that. Bilbo used to live with Stewie. Bilbo is what they call a wether. So wethers had their nuts removed, like a gelding. Is that what they do with a horse? Call them a wether. So the two boys used to live in here, but then Bilbo was getting bullied. He's in the final stages of his life, so we put him in with his family out there. As I said, he was rescued about 7 or 8 years ago from being sent to the abattoir. So he's had a good life here. I rescued a few of them. It just turned up here. Lamb Shanks was another one that just turned up here and I rescued. Lamb Shanks was a baby. I think he fell off a truck. It cost me a lot of money to have his leg treated, and his foot was never the same. But anyway, okay, so Stewie's in there. That gives Brian the room to open this gate and come out with his ride-on mower. And this is Sam's house, of course. Alright, so now you've seen how to successfully move a ram without getting killed or damaged. So today, thought we'd do a bit more with the sheep. Because you see old Bilbo here? He's hanging around all the time now. He's wanting food, you know. Because he's got no teeth. And I think I'll get some more grain from and also a bale of the lucerne. Hello, mate. It really needs dentures. What I'll do is I'll go down to the willow tree. I'll cut some green willow for them. They normally, if they see me, they'll come running over for the willow. And if they don't see me, I'll just bring some willow back for old Bilbo. I don't know if he's going to eat it with his gums, but I don't know what else to do with him. You know, unfortunately, we're getting to a stage, as I mentioned, he may have to be put down, but I've got nothing to do. It's a nice day. This is where Lachlan camped overnight, just got his tent there. I suggested he sleep out here with his tent, and he took up my suggestion. I said, you know, you may want to be away from the old people at night. I know that's what I would have done at his age. I think he's about, I don't know, he must be near 30, I suppose. Maybe a bit less. Right, so we're going to get down to this willow tree. Normally there's a well-defined track that the sheep leave, but we don't have that many sheep now to leave well-defined tracks. But here it is. Been down here many times. Sometimes I had to bring my buggy down. I've got like a buggy that I collect bits and pieces on the farm with, and sometimes there's been sheep that have been injured or laying down right down the bottom of the paddock, and I've had to bring them back in my buggy, and that's damn hard work because of all these rocks here. The other guys might be resting. Might even be under the tree, but otherwise they'll probably be over under the, see over there, those plum trees? They might be under there. It's sort of midday, so anything with any sense is out resting. Haven't been down to the willow tree for a while, but they love this. They love these willows. Looking for snakes. Just been watching on YouTube a young man's descent into hell, he called it. It was his testimony on being an alcoholic, how he started drinking, how it got worse. When he used the words, it's a disease that always gets worse, it never gets better, I knew that he had some AA in him, and made me think maybe I should share my experience with alcohol. Because if you've been watching the channel, you would have seen Brackpan. That's where I had my first drink. So I might do that. It's good for me to remember what it was like. And maybe someone on YouTube stumbles across it and it helps others, because that's my primary purpose now, is to stay sober and to help other alcoholics if I can. But so they're all here anyway. Hi guys, you'll be happy. I bought the Secators. Pretty nice place to hang out, isn't it? We can see old Bilbo, he stays there. Hey mum. I don't think he's got the energy to come down anymore. So we'll start cutting some willow. Nice and green. We've had good rain lately, last couple of years, so there's plenty of willow. They sort of get excited over it and then kind of lose their excitement. Well, the thing's booming. You can see how it's spreading out. Hey guys. Hey. What's wrong with you? You're not getting into it. Really nice under here, wouldn't it be nice for a picnic? Bring the picnic basket down under here on a hot day. Early days I used to say to Brian, you should make a miniature train track on the top of the paddock coming down to the willow tree. He likes trains. I thought that would be something. Here comes old Bilbo now. That's good. Come on, mate. Don't miss that. Plenty here. Come on, mate. Come on, old boy. Here, Bilbo. Plenty for everybody. Come on, mate. Here you go. Bilbo. Come on, mate. There you go. Hey, you able to eat that? And he's not able to eat it, see? He's got no teeth. Give it a try. Give it a try, old man. No, you see, he can eat the grain because he doesn't need to chew that. He just picks up the grain with his tongue. There's something that's nudging me. Hello, mother. They will nudge you to remind you, hey, don't stop cutting. Keep cutting. Hey, that's what you're telling me. Stop talking to Bilbo and keep cutting, she says. Hey, you're a good mum. How you're still going, I've no idea. She'd have to be in human terms about 90 as a woman. Old grandmother. Here's a big lot. Come on. There we go. Hey, Bilbo. Oh, you have to come back up the top with me, Bilbo. You can eat bread and you can eat lettuce. But oh, he's trying with the willow now. He's trying. He's getting a little bit into him. That's good. Okay. Try your best, mate. Yeah, try your best. Oops. Yeah, they really like it on the tree. They'll get on their back legs and stand up to get the willow fresh off the tree. There we go. Sometimes I used to bring a milk crate down, stand on the milk crate, or even a little step ladder, and yeah, these numbskulls would bang the milk crate and I'd fall off, because as I said, they're impatient. They want you to, they want the stuff. Oh, I think this is going to be enough. They got plenty of feed. They got too much feed really in the paddock, but it's all brown. So, and that one over there, she's not even interested. What's up? You can see as bits we've cut. Anyway, that'll keep them going for a while. There we go. Right, we'll go back. Yeah, when I had the goats, I had a couple of goats one stage. Casper was a big white goat, and he came with Mavis. Two of them were inseparable. So we've got a place here called Edgar's Mission, and Edgar's Mission is a charity that supports farm animals that need somewhere to live, and they're quite strict. They've gone on to become a big charity now. You've seen the woman who founded it is called Pam Ahern. She's been on the news a number of times. They've got a huge facility now, a place called Lancefield, with big barns and vets on call and really nice facilities for their animals. But of course they're full. There's too many animals. But anyway, when I first came here, I contacted them, and Pam actually came out. I met her in person. She looked around. She gave me a couple of chickens, and I adopted Casper and Mavis. As I said, Casper was this big white goat, massive horns. Mavis was a docile old nanny, big sagging tits. For some reason she was always producing milk, even though she wasn't pregnant. Oh, I forgot to get him some. Bloody hell. Oh, I've got to get him some. Fuck. And you can see old Bilbo. He's come back up again. You don't want to stay down there, mate. Are you? Your time is close. I gotta get Stewie some. I've got nothing to do. I'll go back and get Stewie some. Which is difficult because as you're walking with it, these other jokers will be trying to eat it and steal it. Anyway, back to Casper. So, yeah, he was a great guy, but boy was he powerful. And to keep a goat in, well, they think nothing of jumping a fence. To keep a goat in, you need electric fencing, because they'll go anywhere to eat. But in those days, the people on the right of the property, they weren't there. That to the right of our house was a big open paddock with gum trees, and so sometimes I'd take Casper in there. He had a long lead. I bought him this beautiful leather collar with his name on it. But the only way to really manage him was to have him on like a tether. Sometimes I'd tether him up down here under the willow tree. One of the nice parts of the day was the end of the day when, you know, I'd go and find them because they slept in the shed, him and Mavis, and I'd go and find them and untether them, and they'd follow me back up the hill to where they slept. And the cats would be watching. The cats would see the ropes trailing behind the goats, and they'd come out of hiding and chase these tether ropes on the goats. It was hilarious. Alright, this is for Stewie. As you can see, these guys don't need even eating everything. Oh, that'll do him. Alright, that's for Stewie. No, Mum. Alright. Okay, that'll do for Stewie. So, without going into too much detail, things got pretty bad here at one stage, and Brian couldn't handle the goats, so I had to get out of here. I went back to my place in Noble Park, and I had to ring Edgar's Mission. They didn't want to take those two back. Their policy was, you adopt an animal, it's a no return policy, but when I explained the conditions or the danger these guys were in, they made an exception. They came and collected them. Oops. I donated a few hundred to the mission on that occasion. See, they're all following me. Clowns. Oh, gotta get up there. So that was the story of when Bilbo might be staying up here because he's close to his water source. I think it's more likely he's come up here to die. Oh, and also because, there you go, Anyway, okay. So that's Stewie done. He likes this stuff. I think it's important for them to get some green in their diet. And this elm tree, they have to be 100 years or more. The others really love it. Sometimes bring out a step ladder or a ladder and cut it. The others love it, but I notice Bilbo won't need it now. Right, so I filled up their waters. Stewie, I emptied his water. It was all green and it had all bits of grass where Brian mowed in it. So I've emptied his trough. That's why I got a rag. I cleaned out all the green algae down the bottom of his trough. He's got fresh, clean, cold water now. So he'll be alright. So that's it.